Today, I'm going to show you what it's like to live on Coronado Island and show you some tips that only a local would know. If you don't know me, my name is Dan Parker. I'm a local real estate agent with Real Broker here in San Diego. And today we're going to tour Coronado Island, which technically is a peninsula connected to South San Diego through Silver Strand. It's hard to imagine this as anything but an island separated from downtown San Diego. So instead of just telling you my thoughts on Coronado, today we're actually talking to a local, someone who grew up in Coronado. Andrew, one of my agent partners with Best Life Home Team, thanks for being on today.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I guess I am as local as it gets. I'm literally born here, raised here, went to school, preschool, all the way to high school.
What was that like? It was multi-generations, right?
Yeah, I had the same English teacher my mom did in high school, Mr. Adair, but it was just special. Rode my bike everywhere, got to be out all day. I think you couldn't escape, you couldn't get into trouble. We did, but it was innocent humor. It was amazing. A lot of family, so every weekend it was family gatherings, concerts in the park in the summer, beach every other day. It was special. It was amazing. I recommend it, actually.
Awesome. Well, hey, you want to go show us around?
Yeah, I'd love to show you guys some of my favorite spots.
The only way to tour Coronado in a golf cart.
It's the best way to get around.
So Andrew, why don't you tell me what is so unique about Coronado? How is it different from the rest of San Diego?
I mean, you take a look around, it has almost just a vacation feel all the time, like even living here, but then you look up in the sky, or you can hear a jet or an airplane, and you realize you almost live on a military base.
Yeah,
but
it's
then
like
with
half the island.
But then it's a total beachfront community, the rest of it.
So most places have a downtown, but right now we're in Uptown?
Yeah, this is considered Uptown. Because the streets go 1st through 10th, it's kind of, this is Uptown, downtown's like the Ferry Landing. So we're kind of where all the businesses, restaurants, shops, boutiques are.
There's nothing really like chain here. They're all really unique local restaurants and shops.
There is actually a Taco Bell down on 1st,
Oh,
and
really?
they've been here forever, but it's really hard for any sort of chain or big, it's all privately owned or locally owned places that are just very unique to the next place.
But you can still get your Taco Bell fix.
You can get your Taco Bell and Burger King fixed.
Perfect. All right, so what are the places that we have to check out while we're here today?
We'll zip down Orange Avenue. We'll swing by the Dell and the beach, just so you can see, obviously, the beach of Coronado Beach is amazing. And then we'll go down and check out the Ferry Landing.
Okay,
And
let's
that
do
kind
it.
of hits all the areas.
All right, so where are we at now, Andrew?
We are literally on the corner of Ocean Boulevard, where we've got the beach behind us and the Hotel Del right here.
This is what you were talking about before.
There was a guy that was in charge of disposing of all the seaweed. So he literally spelled it out, covered it in sand in I think the 80s or 70s. I don't even know when it was done. And so he put the seaweed in C-O-R-O and then covered it in sand, and now it's overgrown with like ice plant and it looks decades and decades old. And they've, I think winds destroyed some of it, but it is legible. You can look at it and be like, oh, that totally says Coronado.
So someone actually did this green and the
These
sand.
dunes are man-made. They spell Coronado. So all the pilots coming in every day, or if you look at Google Maps, you can see that it literally, you can use your imagination, but it spells Coronado. And I'm pretty sure they did it with seaweed decades ago, covered it with sand, and here you go. My grandmother used to literally lay between, I think, the O and suntan, and that was her spot. Like when she was in her 60s, because like you're wind blocked and it's private, but you get the sun, and she didn't have, and it's a really big beach.
So the two most iconic images in Coronado, and probably Some of the most iconic images of San Diego would be the Coronado Bridge.
Yes.
And the Coronado Hotel.
Absolutely.
Tell us about this.
I think if you Google San Diego, that's what appears.
Yeah.
Red roofed, it is one of the most visited attractions probably in Southern California. And honestly, it's what people come to Coronado for.
Yeah.
If nothing else, they spend a day, either they stay here and they live that lavish dream, the Marilyn Monroe dream. That's where she stayed. There's video, pictures of her. It's a very basic hotel, but the fact that you walk out onto the beach is what makes it so special. It's the largest, oldest all-wood hotel.
Yeah, absolutely.
They do an ice skating rink in the winter.
That's what I've come for, the ice skating rink in the winter.
There's beautiful restaurants, bonfires. You can come out here and get a bonfire and they give you all the s'more makings. They do fireworks. They do polo out here. That's how fancy we are.
But I just wanna lie in the sun. Whoa, lie in the sun. I just wanna lie in the sun.
What are the types of people that live on Coronado Island?
Coronado is very stereotypical because it is. I mean, you have people that this is their vacation home. They come from Arizona when it gets too hot. They spend May to September, May to October here because we have perfect weather. You get the beach. Summer here is popping. 4th of July, there's concerts in the park every Sunday. Like, it's very, very special. Then you have total military, and that's how I originally got here. Is my grandfather was the admiral of the Constellation, so he was stationed here. You know, my mom, my aunt, everyone went to high school here, and then they stayed, and here I am. Like, I graduated with a handful of people I went to Coronado preschool with that I graduated high school. Super, super small town feel.
I feel like you have the local pride, small town feel, but it's also a big tourist destination. So you have the combo of both.
I mean, and that's gigantic. But obviously the Hotel Del is the main attraction. It's year round because the summer gets wild, but then in the off season, which I kind of consider right now, I'm willing to bet that half the people in front of us right now are tourists.
Sure.
And it didn't click for me growing up here because this is all I knew.
Yeah.
But the moment I was old enough or I traveled or now that, you know, I realize why people flock here from everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, every continent people come, and they come to spend just a few days or a week and pretend this is their life because it's special.
So if you're looking at some of the reasons why you would not want to live in Coronado or have a restraint against it, probably budget is going to be high on that list.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably say price would be the #1 reason that people don't move here.
And availability. I mean, if you look at what's available right now, there are only 15 homes on the market. Yeah. They range from 1.2 to 2 million for a condo, or 2 million plus
to 36 right now.
To 36 million for a single family home.
Yeah.
But what type of homes can you find here in Coronado?
Everything.
Yeah.
Literally beach bungalow to something that looks like it is almost like a snow cabin.
Yeah.
To as modern, as clean white, as sharp edge as they get.
I think of like an East Coast cottage when I think of a Coronado home.
Yeah.
But really, I mean, with that price point, you can get whatever you want.
With limitations.
With limitations.
But yeah, there's not really any ruling on what you have to build, the color you have to paint it, the style you have to follow. It's really just unique.
No
and it can be
HOAs.
home to home to home. Yeah, exactly. No HOAs.
So it's interesting when you live here because unlike other beach communities in San Diego, you either have an ocean view or you're walking distance of the beach.
Absolutely. I mean, you can be blocks away, but you can hear it.
Yeah.
But also you can be further and hop on a bike and be there in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's with anywhere. It also goes for schools. I mean, you move here, if you're family oriented, you're moving here because we have great schools, amazing schools. But your kids can actually start getting to school on their own earlier, whether it's walking, riding a bike, whatever it is. And it's safer. Early in the mornings, there's kids everywhere on their way to school, and at the same time for the afternoons. And we had off-campus lunch, so like I'd walk home for lunch, which I don't think that's a normal thing outside of Coronado.
All right, so where are we at now, Andrew?
We are at the Ferry Landing, so it's kind of just the other side of the island. You've got Hotel Dale and Uptown, and then we're down at the Ferry Landing, which is kind of its own scene and place to visit.
And you can actually take the ferry from here to downtown San Diego.
Yeah, so before the bridge was here, there was a ferry that would actually come with cars, and now it's still a mode of transportation. Yeah, you can take it right over to downtown, drops you off, goes every 30 minutes on the hour.
And this is a cool spot. You can walk around, shops, restaurants, and you got the awesome view of Coronado Bridge and downtown San Diego.
Amazing view of downtown. You can see the fireworks at Petco Park, tons of different restaurants, yogurt, ice cream, everything down here. So yeah, it's definitely a main attraction.
Andrew, thanks for showing us around Coronado.
Of course.
It's a fun day.
It was a blast. Thanks for having me.
So if someone wants to buy a house in Coronado or any of the surrounding areas, how can they get a hold of you?
Andrew at Best Life Home Team is my email. Shoot me an email and we'll go from there. I think that's probably the easiest and best.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and check out the videos that we have coming up in all the areas around San Diego. We'll see you next time.
Okay, gotta go. Bye.